of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles versus Jameis Winston and the New York Giants.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their 26-year-old quarterback in his 6th season from Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And he's looking good now. I mean, 5 touchdown passes in the last game. Okay, but I remember a basketball coach telling me one time he had a guy average about 40 points a game, and he said the press got all over him because he didn't play much defense. He said he's averaging over 40 a game. The guy against him's not scoring that. We still have the advantage.
Yeah, and they got the win last week in that effort.
Even better. It's always best to clean up things after a win than after a loss.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, Winston. And able to connect with Berrios. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
on 2nd and 9. Winston. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just said, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On play action, Winston. He'll buy some time right. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1 yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we get a look at Jalen Hurts, the surprise 2nd-round pick back in April, as he gets set to operate this Philadelphia Eagles offense.
I know Eagles fans weren't exactly thrilled with the selection of Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round, but they needed a big-time backup if they want to go deep in the playoffs. And he was 38-4 as a starter in college at both Alabama and Oklahoma, and was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy last year. 43 career rushing touchdowns. He can throw it, and he can move.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 14 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Saquon Barkley, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They have 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on island over there. Single receiver.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Here's Hurts to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Let's get him. Come on.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Play action now, Winston. They'll roll him out right. And this one is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down, Winston again. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And some room to roam now. These two teams all tied after one. On first down, Hurts. There's the former quarterback, Greg Ward Jr. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stop the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a 1st.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, they opted for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Singletary to get the drive started. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
He was looking for Caden Smith, the tight end, and it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
10 yards, good for a giant 1st down. Singletary here running out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Winston. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. on the ground. It's Singletary. And across the midfield, Isaiah White.
End result of that one, a nice four. Use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive, nothing wrong with being electric, nothing wrong with carrying it over.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Devin Singletary with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow, chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action. Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Winston. He finds Beckham, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Devin Singletary with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening?
Hurts fumbles it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true, because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely. Give these guys something to cheer about. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He juked him. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him for that, because I don't know what it's like for you, but to me, preparing for a night game involves a little bit more. Trying to hold your intensity, hold that edge throughout an entire day of waiting to get out there and play. You know, the meetings, what time you're going to eat, all of those things. He's harnessed it very well. It's turning in a nice performance.
Yeah, he's closing in on 100 yards. For me, it's all about the afternoon nap for a night game.
I like the way you prep.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game.
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
He'll get this to Ward. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll throw now on the final play. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the 22, Winston. Open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And able to connect with Berrios. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Play fake. Winston. Rolling to his right. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He was brought down there by Will Parks.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And that'll set him back 5. Now Jameis on second down. Over the middle to Smith. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
2nd and 5 now. Winston flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On first down, Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They go right back to Singletary. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run here with Singletary. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
To the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team. And they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Barkley. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one as a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on first.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Singletary. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
4 yards the pickup, first down. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
That's complete to Ward. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
But first down, Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Hurts.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nope. And Singletary has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. On the run, it's Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Hurts will throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the gun, Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up second down. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The Eagles on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
But look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Singletary. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Singletary again. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Hurts and the Eagles now down by 10. 1:45 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
He's going to let it fly, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Elliott good with a PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hand team, and that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the outside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.